Good evening. Did you have a pleasant sleep? Well, I'm happy to hear it. It's hard to get a safe day's sleep as a vampire. It's something I'm proud to be able to provide for my patrons. You said that you were only going to stay for one day, right? Are you sure you don't want to stay a few more? Let yourself be really well rested before the journey? Oh, a vampire on a mission, eh? Well, say no more. Anyway, how about some breakfast? We have the same options of human and animal blood as yesterday, aside from one small addition. It's a special concoction that I call ichor. The specific ingredients are a trade secret, but suffice to say it's a mix of blood from several special magical creatures. I only serve it at breakfast, partly because I don't have much of it at any one time, and partly because... Well, why don't you try some on the house? Every vampire ought to taste ichor at least once in their life. Didn't think blood could have that much of a kick, did you? Yeah, it'll wake you right up. You're going to be full of energy today. Can't drink too much of this, or your heart might start beating again. So, you're out on a bit of a personal quest, huh? I won't pry into the specifics, but what direction is it taking you in? I've traveled all over. I know all the best roads for vampires to use. Well, that's a pickle then, isn't it? You know what you're looking for, but not where. Any leads at all? Huh. Well, I can still give you some options. If you don't know where to find something, I'd head to Heron's Mouth up north. It's a seaside city, and it has a reputation for attracting the rarest items in the world. The best part is that even if what you're looking for isn't there, there's likely someone who knows where it is. The city draws collectors and researchers, so you can find experts on just about anything. To get there, you'll want to head for the coast. The marshes lead right to it, you just head west. There's a fantastic road for vampires there. It goes under some cliffs. The ocean carved out some of the bottom, so there's a nice long stretch of stone shelf overhead that you can follow to keep you out of sight and out of the sun, and there are plenty of sea caves to sleep in. It's so sheltered that you could travel most of the day if you wanted to. You just need to make sure you find a cave by evening, when the sun finally gets low enough to cast light below the shelf. You'll see Heron's Mouth after about a 2 weeks journey. You'll know you're getting close when you start to see lots and lots of ships out on the ocean. Obviously, you'll have to hide the fact that you're a vampire, but you won't have to worry about walking around town at night. There's people up at all hours, and most of the eclectic researchers that are likely to know where your goal is especially like to stay up late. Worried they won't know their stuff, huh? Have you consulted experts on whatever this is before? That's rough. Sounds like you've been searching for a while. You're an awfully young vampire. Have you been searching since you got turned? Since before? Ha! Now that's determination, not letting an undead curse stop you. I know it's discouraging traveling as a vampire. Most people would flee or attack you if they knew what you were. There are always hunters skulking about, and the sun is an ever-present threat. But it comes with its advantages. You might eventually find that becoming a vampire was the best thing that ever happened to you, especially for the sake of your quest. It shouldn't be too long before you can shadow walk. You'll be able to travel blazingly fast the darker it is. During a new moon, you'll be able to get to places 3, maybe 4 times faster. And you'll be nearly invisible the whole time. Good for travel, but also good for sneaking around. If you're searching for something rare, sneaking into places not open to the public ought to be a major boon. Yeah, see? Aside from that, there are plenty of other abilities. Vampires usually have 2 or 3 unique to them, like our weaknesses. Pay attention to your instincts. When you gain a new ability, you'll know deep down. For example, I can make people forget. It's awfully handy. Plenty of hunters have searched for this inn over the years. I could kill them, but it's much more effective to make them forget they found it in the first place. So many hunters have come back claiming they never found the inn, they're starting to think it's a myth. But as a vampire traveler, there's one ability you don't need to wait around for, and that's good sense. The most important thing for you is to be cautious and not take unnecessary risks. Don't trust the living, and don't travel anywhere unless you're sure you can reach shelter before sunrise, even if it means turning back the way you came. Better to try again the next night than burn to a crisp. It won't be easy, as I'm sure you already understand. There are plenty of dangers on the road, but luckily for you, I sell supplies. Take a look at this. This is what I'd call an essential vampiric traveler's kit. Let me go over it with you. There's an outfit here that will fully protect you from the sun. However, do not use this to travel during the day if you can help it. This is an emergency measure. You're still vulnerable if it gets any cuts or tears, and during the day you'll be nearly blind anyway. Also, it gets hotter than a dragon's armpit, so there's that. Some emergency blood supplies, of course. This is the kind that's enchanted to last. Do your best to hunt, and keep this for when you can't find anything. Now, these are a lot of fun. Magic smoke bombs. Vampire hunters can't do a thing about them. This will give you time to run, or to sneak around behind them and slit their throats. Don't try that with an experienced hunter, though. They get awfully used to fighting when they can't see. Lastly, a sleeping pack, complete with a pillow full of grave soil and a burial shroud. It won't be as restful as sleeping in the Red Fang Inn, but it should be a lot nicer than what you've been having, I'm sure. The whole bundle will cost you 3 coppers, since you're young. I need to make a living, but I'd rather live a bit leaner than let you die out there. Perfect. Then here you go. I'll throw in a couple of free bottles of blood, too. So, are you headed out right away? Nervous about hitting the road, huh? I get that. It's a tough world out there, and tougher for our kind. I have some advice for you. Don't ever think of yourself as a monster. It doesn't sound like survival advice, but it is. I see too many vampires give up when things get hard because, deep down, they think they're better off not existing. And on the other hand, some end up doing horrible things that draw hunters to them like flies because they think they're supposed to be cruel. You are who you are. You don't deserve to die, and you're not destined to be a tyrant. Do what you have to survive. Don't do more, and don't do less. Now, you may not be staying another day, but you're free to spend some more time in the main hall until you're ready to leave. I wouldn't recommend waiting too long. You'll want to be able to have time to find shelter before morning. But there's nothing wrong with taking some time to work up your nerve. I'm gonna go help some other customers. If you decide to leave before I return, I bid you farewell. You've been a splendid customer, and I'm pleased that I could help you begin your journey. Best of luck, my friend.